Hey everybody, as you might know, Sven and I started to podcast and we have another podcast for you. This time it was recorded live from the Disneyland Hotel. In this episode we tell you about how we prepare for a trip to Disneyland Paris and what we take with us into the park. We tell you about our gear, about our clothing, all kinds of stuff. So if you are interested in this kind of topic, please listen to this podcast. It's here on YouTube with some shots of Disneyland Paris just to have something to look at. But you can also listen to it on iTunes Podcast. So take a look or take a listen and we'll see you on Main Street, guys. Bye! Everybody, and welcome to a new episode of the SeeYouInMainstreet podcast. And we are broadcasting live from
the Café Fantasia here in the Disneyland Hotel in Disneyland Paris.
Yes, that's true. And we're here in Disneyland, and today it was really bad weather.
It was really wet and windy, and especially windy. And a lot of rain.
And also especially wet.
So, what's the subject for today?
Oh yeah, the subject of today.
What to do when it's raining.
What to do, what to wear.
What to wear in the rain. Well, you don't go in shorts, of course, but be prepared. When you go to Disneyland Paris or any Disney park, have a look at the weather forecast. It can add so much joy to your vacation if you're prepared. So, yeah, that's the magic word. Be prepared.
Be prepared. No, it's true. And we looked at the weather. We saw that it would be rainy, but most of the time here it's okay when you have an umbrella.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can just get the umbrella from your bag. You know, we have this foldable.
Small umbrellas.
Small umbrella. It's fine. It goes well. But today it wasn't.
It wasn't because of the wind. And it was so windy that within 3 minutes my umbrella was inside out, upside down, and I could throw it out. And if you want to buy a new umbrella here in Disney Park, it's about €25 for an umbrella with the quality of a €3 umbrella. Okay.
Yeah,
we know. And
we know. I mean, that's what you pay for. It could also be a souvenir. They just want,
absolutely,
of course.
Yeah,
but
so the next best thing is a poncho.
But Sven refused to buy it.
Yeah, I don't know why. Let me explain. The thing is, a poncho which is a small piece of a very thin PVC plastic. And very cheaply made plastic push buttons, which rip at the seams can rip apart any second, and then you have to pay €10 for it. I think. Well,
you think the quality of the Disney poncho is like that?
I don't think it's
You thought it was like that?
No. I still think it's a bit fragile.
Of course. I mean, you pay too much. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the quality is quite good.
For a €3 poncho, it's a good quality, but you don't pay €3 for it.
No. I've been to this very, very cheap shop in the Netherlands. It's called the Action. I've been there. I looked at the ponchos, the cheaper one, also the more expensive ones. And there was a poncho for €2 or €3 each, but that wasn't this quality.
Okay.
This poncho that we bought would be a little bit more expensive, maybe €5.
Okay, but the quality, is it only the thickness of the plastic,
The thickness,
or also the
buttons?
The buttons.
I don't know. The buttons, I haven't seen the buttons on the ones from the store in the Netherlands, but I did see the plastic, and that was thinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thickness of the poncho itself is better. It's a better quality. But then the frequency in which we visit Disneyland Paris and that we are in need of a poncho, I think, well, if you buy a €10 Disneyland Paris Poncho. You can use it for that Disney trip, maybe a second time, but then you have to buy a new one, and then you're down.
It will be
$10.
rips.
Yeah.
Ooh, in the background, by the way, the piano player is starting again. We've got the live, a live piano player who plays live. That's actually what I wanted to say.
It's the end of the day. We're all a bit tired.
Yeah.
But my point would be, if you're an annual pass holder and you know that you're going 3-4 times a year to Disneyland Paris, for me personally, I would think I would go to an outdoor shop and buy a real quality poncho for maybe 30-40 euros, and instead of buying 4 ponchos a year here in Disneyland Paris for the same amount of money, then you can buy a poncho of 40 euros and you have 2-3 years worth of enjoyment and water tightness.
Yeah, but that's where the whole point of this podcast. You have to be prepared.
Yes.
So of course, I mean, when you walk around in Disneyland Paris, you think to yourself, man, I wish I would have gone to this outdoor shop and bought myself this very high quality, thick, warm poncho. But you didn't.
No.
Just like us, we forgot as well.
Every time.
We forget about it every time. It's true, because most of the time, it's okay when we just have an umbrella. That's also fine. But not today. Are you okay? Oh, okay. So, but I think that the poncho you've got, you're going to be happy with it for these few days that we are here, and that's okay. But yes, for all the listeners at home, go to this outdoor shop, get yourself a poncho, especially when you're going wintertime or spring. Can also be very rainy here. But that's
only for the visitors who will come multiple times a year to Disneyland Paris, or
a thick poncho is also very handy when you are at home.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Sven got this poncho eventually after I pushed him into.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, thank you very much.
After I pushed him in buying the poncho. But the lady behind the counter, she asked me, don't you need
a poncho as well?
And I said no.
And why did you say no?
Because I've got this this outdoor jacket, which is waterproof, or at least water resistant, high quality, with
hood.
With a hood, and I have waterproof boots. I always wear waterproof boots. They're from leather. They go all the way to
your calves.
Yeah, my calves. So I've got always warm feet. I don't get my feet won't get wet. Sven, you also got waterproof boots?
Yeah, I got really high quality hiking boots, and. Sometimes we see, most of the times we see people going to the park in their leisure outfit and sneakers.
And tennis shoes. I don't know if that's tennis shoes. And today, it was so sad. We were standing in line for the rock and roller coaster, and I looked to the ground and I saw all these sneaker shoes, and you could see that they were soaked. You know, you could see from the color change.
Yeah.
And I looked at all those people, and I was thinking,
they must be so cold.
And we were lucky because it's not cold. It's wet, but it's not cold outside.
Not too cold. No. It's about 5 to 7 degrees centigrade at the moment.
But what if it would be freezing and raining?
Yeah.
You probably have snow. But if you didn't have snow, just imagine it was, say, somewhere below freezing point or somewhere.
Yeah.
And you are wearing, and you got these sneakers on.
Yeah,
it started to rain.
Even in the snow, and you're standing in line at, say, Pirates of the Caribbean. The snow melts, your shoes get wet on the inside. You have to go out again into the freezing cold. So be prepared for
You
the
can
weather.
imagine that's not comfortable at all.
Yeah.
And you have to, you cannot just go back to your hotel, change your shoes, and go back in. That costs you a lot of time.
Yeah.
And that time is the time you want to spend in the park.
Yeah.
So, waterproof shoes or hiking shoes are very advisable to wear.
Yeah. For the temperature, even if it's not that cold. Today I wore my ski socks, which go all the way up to my knees and are thermal insulated. And no worries.
No worries, because you might think, oh, it's not that cold outside. I can just walk around with normal socks. Doesn't matter. But when you are outside the entire day,
Yeah, in the park.
it changes.
It changes. Normally, I would say in this type of weather at home, have a day off and normal socks, normal shoes, because 90% of the time you're inside, in the car or at home or at the store or with friends or whatever. In an amusement park, you're 90% of the time outside in the cold. If you're lucky, you're waiting in line indoors, but most of the lines, a lot of the lines here in Disneyland Paris or even other amusement parks are outside and you're standing still. And
Yeah, most of the time it's outside, but you've got a roof over your head. But don't forget that the rain, it goes underneath the roof.
yeah, it blows underneath
It blows
the roof.
underneath the roof. People walk all the water inside the line. Yes, it's very, very advisable to wear waterproof and comfortable shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we really invest in those things because we go to Disneyland Paris a lot, so that's our investment.
yeah,
But even outside the park, I always enjoy these clothings.
yeah. These clothes and
Clothes.
for walks in the forest
Walks,
and
walk in the forest, or I don't know. Anytime you go outside for quite a long time and you want to be comfortable.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of our. That's an
So
advice.
we had the topic of the jackets and the boots.
The bag. Yeah.
The bag.
is
That's
also-
that's
yeah.
another one.
Well, that's something that we probably can improve as well, don't you think?
Yes, well, for now it works. We have a Nomad backpack of 20 liters.
Yes.
And that can hold 2 half-liter bottles left and right. It has a reinforced back with ventilation. So for in the summer it's very comfortable. And actually I think it's still dry on the inside. So
It is. Because it took us a long time to buy this bag. We thought about it very hard
Yeah.
and deep, and because we knew that we wanted to have a bag that if Sven would carry it, because he's most of the time the person who is
yeah,
you are master of the backpack.
I'm the mule.
I didn't want to say that.
Talking about mules and donkeys, I see Eeyore and
Oh,
Chip and Dale.
Chip and Dale are here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's too bad they cannot
Coming-
say it.
No, and they're not coming
They're
into
coming
the
in now. They're probably.
Fantasia.
I think they're going to the character dining restaurant.
Yeah.
That's not the Californian Grill, but what's the name?
Inventions.
Inventions, yes. Across of the Café Fantasia, where we are sitting right now, there are 2 restaurants, and one of them is Inventions. And
That's
where the character dining.
all-you-can-eat buffet with character meet and greet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
back to
the
topic.
backpack. Yeah, I wanted
the
to
backpack.
tell that we took quite a long time for us to find this backpack because it had to tick a lot of boxes. We bought it for Orlando. For our,
We bought it for Orlando.
Yeah, we bought it for the America holiday, and we thought it would be very hot, so we didn't want Sven to have this sweaty back the entire day.
Yeah.
That's why we chose this backpack, because it's got this special. How did you
Yeah,
say it?
it has a reinforced frame, which keeps the backpack itself from your back, and it has a supportive mesh to
Ventilate?
to ventilate. Yeah.
Like it's around, so let's say 2 or 3 centimeters from Sven's back when he's carrying it, and that's how it ventilates.
Yeah, and it's not too big because you also have to be able to take it on rides with you. So one of the tests was to what we did in the shop was look for a chair, take the backpack. Take the backpack, and I only had one sip of beer at the moment.
Yeah.
So
He drank less than me. Mine is almost mine is half full.
Okay. So what I did was take a seat, take the backpack which was in the shop, and put it between the seat and the backside of my legs whilst sitting down on the chair. And if that would fit, that would be the right size for the backpack. To simulate the sitting on a ride.
On a roller coaster.
On a roller coaster, and making sure that the backpack is secure whilst being in the ride.
Well, that works perfectly. There hasn't been one ride where we
weren't allowed to take the backpack.
Yes, and it fits. Only at the toy soldier drop.
Toy soldier drop.
But nobody's allowed to take the bag.
There are no bags allowed. And in Orlando, it was with Universal. They have a very strict rule.
But that's also not because of our bag. It was just any bag in general wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
So. But today, when it was raining so heavily, I thought this backpack was soaked. And I thought that it would have gone, the rain would have gone inside.
Yeah.
And everything that would be in the bag would be soaked as well.
Yeah.
But you just checked and it's all
still
dry.
Yeah.
Because I can remember that one of the things that we asked the salesman when we bought the bag is it also rainproof?
Yeah,
waterproof.
Yeah.
Because in Florida, Orlando, it rains a lot as well.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that it had to be, that was one of the boxes that it had to tick.
Yeah.
So we're still happy with this backpack. I wouldn't change it. Wish that it had some kind of a Disney print on it. That's sometimes what I miss. But we recently got a very nice keychain hanger from our friends with Mickey Mouse on it.
Yeah.
And it's hanging now on this bag, so it's got a Disney theme already.
Yes, it's very happy here, Mickey.
The Mickey Mouse is happy on the backpack.
It's a happy bunny. Mouse.
It's a happy Mickey.
Okay, yeah. So, backpacks. Well, maybe an idea for Nomad.
To go and sell the...
Make a backpack with a Disney print.
Yeah, well, especially for taking to theme parks and on Disney rides. So that was so we covered jackets, shoes, backpack.
Socks.
What about trousers?
Trousers. I think anything will do as long as it's comfortable for you to walk in.
Yeah, but be careful with the I want to say trainingspakken.
Leisure suits for our sports clothing.
Sports clothing, that's what I want. Sports clothing, like the things you wear to the gym, for example.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people wearing those special fabric. The sweatpants.
Yeah.
Sweatpants, that's the word. You have to be careful with sweatpants because they get wet. They get wet very quickly and they dry not so quickly.
No, when they get wet, they stay wet.
Yes.
So that's another big no-no for the cold.
Yeah.
And you get cold and wet and miserable, and that takes all the joy out of the day.
Yes, a thick jeans is, I think, the best choice.
Yeah, I'm wearing jeans at the moment, and it's already dry.
Yeah, mine too. I'm wearing a regular jeans. Sven is wearing one of, one of those male jeans where labels. What's the name?
Pall Mall.
No, not Pall Mall, but it's got that kind of no.
PME.
Oh, is that from Pall Mall?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, PME Legend he's wearing right now. So we talked about what to wear when it's wet and cold. But now it's also very interesting, I think, to talk about what to wear when it's very warm. In summertime, you're in France, so it gets warm pretty quickly. But when the sun goes down, it's getting very cold also very quickly. So it's advisable to bring some sort of a very foldable jacket to put in your bag. I personally have got a golf jacket, which is very thin fabric, but it's one of those jackets that's waterproof, but it ventilates well. So you've got the comfort of let's say a raincoat. It keeps you warm, but it's not that you won't get sweaty.
Yeah, and it's not that heavy.
It's not heavy. It's very foldable. It goes very well.
Yeah, and like Elise said, hot during the day and the temperature drops quickly here in Europe, in France. I've got the feeling that in Disney World, when it's warm, it stays warm longer. So the temperature drop is more gradual. For the summer, well, what we did for the winter weather or bad weather, we talked about jackets and shoes, and for the summer, shoes.
Last summer, I saw some people walking around with umbrellas for some shade.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
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 Because there's not a lot of shade in the park. If you're walking on the
Main Street or the main hub?
Main hub. It's there's sun everywhere.
Yeah.
There are a lot of trees, but they're not on the main hub. They are beside.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Yeah. Bring an umbrella or a hat with some sun protection for your neck.
Yes.
Sunscreen.
Yeah.
Like the song from Baz Luhrmann, always wear sunscreen. Yeah.
But that's maybe a little bit of a
almost a no-brainer, but
exactly.
But still,
you have to think about it.
you have to think about it.
We forgot it.
We forgot it one day, and
we forgot it. But we were very aware of the fact that we forgot the sunscreen, so we stayed in the shade.
Yeah.
I had this jacket that I could put over my shoulders when I really felt the warmth.
You even had a scarf, very light thin scarf.
Yes,
to drape over your shoulders.
If I bought it in the park of that,
I thought you were just lucky to have it in the car.
Oh, that could be. I brought it with me. Wow, how smart of me.
Yeah,
I'm so well prepared always. Oh, don't choke on it, Sven. So, guys.
Summer shoes.
Oh yeah, summer shoes. Well, that's a topic. Yeah, that's something that we have to discuss right now as well. Because one thing that we always have to laugh about it a little bit, which is probably a little bit mean of us, but there are these girls, 14, maybe a little bit younger, even 30.
Like, of a drink, maybe?
I don't think so.
We're gonna check all the other bars as well.
We're going to all the hotels and try a drink over there. So.
We see these girls from 14, 15.
Girls from that age, they want to look pretty, so they want to wear the pretty shoes. So what happens is that they wear, for example, sort of little sandals or slippers. Flip-flops. It's in English it's flip-flops.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk Dinglish, yeah. But anyway, if to walk an entire day, because in summertime the park is open earlier and it closes later, so you are walking maybe 12 hours on flip-flops. That's a long time and a lot of kilometers, and that must hurt at the end of the day. So, guys, please don't wear flip-flops. It's difficult to find shoes that are comfortable and breathe.
Yeah.
Sven, you've got very nice shoes. So you've got sort of sneakers that are.
Yeah, I've got sneakers made by Salomon. And they look like sneakers, but the fabric on top is like a very open mesh. So if you think of it, it's more like a sandal than a sneaker. And it's even when it's raining in the summer, no problem. Okay, my feet get wet, but when it dries out again, the shoes are dry within 10-15 minutes. And yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
It took a long time to find the right shoes for me as well. So don't be discouraged if you go to Disneyland Paris and you think, oh, these shoes are all wrong. Have a good look around and you will find them.
Yeah, I wore sneakers when it was summertime. So in winter I wouldn't do it, like I just told everybody. But in summertime it's probably okay because when it's not rainy, you can check the weather. I saw that it wouldn't rain, so I wore sneakers, and it went fine.
What did you wear when it was about to rain in the summertime? What type of shoes did you wear then?
That's very difficult. I have absolutely no idea anymore. I don't know.
I think those black ones, but they're also quite
ones?
yeah, with a white sole.
Oh yeah, those
But
are from Echo.
Yeah, but they're also from the same type of construction like the Salomons I have.
True.
So it's very open fabric on top.
That's true. Very light and open fabric on top, but amazingly comfortable soles. You can walk on them. Yeah, you can walk around the world on those shoes. That's I did probably because they are. I had to throw them away because they actually
Totally worn.
they were totally worn out. Their holes were. There were actually holes falling into the fabric. So I walked on it so much. Yeah. So, well, I think that we covered the subject about clothing. In the background, you still hear the piano player playing live. But if we forgot any subject or anything about clothing or things that you want to know, what to bring, what to wear to Disneyland Paris, please let us know in the comments of this podcast. Also, we will put the name of our backpack, and the name of the shoes that Sven got. We will put them in the description of the podcast. So if you are interested in buying those things, you want to know what we've got, you can check them out.
And these are our experiences over the last couple of years of Disneyland Paris. So if you have any tips for us, or think, oh, maybe you can think of this, of that, or this works for us, please tell us in the comments again. And maybe we can help someone else who's looking for advice or tips on tricks on going to Disneyland.
Or maybe we can make our clothing even better.
Oh yeah. Maybe we can even
We can learn from it as well.
pick up some things. Yes.
Okay, so guys, this was our podcast from Café Fantasia in the Disneyland Hotel. This will be an entire series of podcasts from Disneyland hotels, because you can also expect a podcast in the other Disneyland hotels like Hotel New York or Hotel Cheyenne.
And from the park itself.
And also from the park itself, yes, sure. But these will be special Disney hotel podcasts. So stay tuned for the next one, and thank you for listening. And next time we'll
hear you in Main Street. Bye.
No, what timing.